Joakim Noah is here right now, and it's we have questions for you. I don't know how many of them we'll actually get to because you two have known each other for a very long time. That sounds really weird when I say it like that. But like we're talking college days. So what?
His college days, my high school days.
Yeah, your high school days, which I don't. Share what you can, which is actually anything because we're not really censored here.
Chandler's my son.
The jungle horse and the white horse, what we call each other.
Dear God, really?
Chandler's my son. I'm the jungle horse. That's the white horse.
Wow, that's...
And really happy to be here.
I feel like you were in high school and you go.
So, yeah, I was 15 years old, and obviously he's at Florida, and they are popping. This is when they were won the back-to-back championships, and I take my official visit to Florida, and I had 5 visits scheduled, right? It was like,
okay.
And Florida was my first one. Sticks was my host. Let's just say I tried a couple things for the first time. Really had a good. Yo,
that sounded so bad.
I mean, it might be worse sounding.
Kids.
I'm just
like the library.
And Michelle, I signed on Sunday and canceled all my other visits.
That's a good sell.
I was born to be there.
You're a good salesman.
Oh, it was epic.
That's okay.
It wasn't hard.
God, I can't even imagine.
Hey, yo. Oh my God.
This is off the rails.
This is off to
already.
a really bad start.
Yeah. Let's try
Lou,
some.
make it better.
Let's try some basketball.
Yeah.
Nigga, you were part of arguably one of the best Gator groups of all time. Give me your top 5 Florida Gators group, and I'm curious to know if Chandler makes your 5.
That's awkward.
It depends if it's on the court or off the court.
Let's go on first.
Yeah, on
the court. Yeah, let's keep it basketball. At point guard, look, I had a great squad. It was some of the best times of my life. You know, you got to put the big Dominican Al Horford up there.
Absolutely.
Number one, you know, shout out to Al.
Now still paving right now.
Still paving, still doing his thing.
Still doing it.
Still balling at a high level. It was and
you're obviously in there, so you two are the bigs.
I like this.
Come on.
This is
okay.
good.
I take white chocolate at the 1. You know.
Sorry, T Green.
Yeah, T Green. Yeah, you're not better than
Sixth
white
man of the
chocolate.
year.
Sorry, yeah, you get out of there. Brewski.
Corey Brew as a small forward, not me. It hurts, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, top 5.
Your case is getting worse and worse.
I'm right here. Yeah, right.
White chocolate. I'll take. I mean, Mike Miller. Do you feel better than Mike Miller?
Do
So
you?
none of these guys you named were ever SEC Player of the Year. Tell me. So you know, I mean,
Right, fight back, Chandler.
Yeah,
There you
do
go.
something.
Fight
I
back.
didn't get a vote that year, so everyone else voted that. But I don't know.
Anyway, at the 4.
Are you better than Mike Miller?
Just answer that first to start.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take Mike Miller.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's cool.
Does that hurt
What's
feelings?
that?
So Jay Will, Corey Brewer, Mike Miller, Sticks, and Horford.
Okay.
That's good.
How far down is he 6th? Like, where would you put him?
Nah, I'm load management that night.
Give him 15 minutes off the bench. Solid, you know.
Okay.
Solid 15.
That's something.
By the way, Sticks, so when Billy Donovan is coaching you at Florida, did you think that he would transition to such an NBA coach? Because I got to be honest with you, I didn't know his demeanor and stuff would fly in an NBA locker room, and he's still doing it. He's still sticking. So did you see that happening? Like, do you see him being a great NBA coach?
It's so funny you say that because I'm sure he felt the same way about you.
I mean, dude, he was mean. Like, not to be like, he was a mean. You can't coach NBA players like.
I was
how
about
you
to say
coach
that's
college.
usually what it is in college.
Right. You
the
have
coach
that
is
control.
the star. In the pros, the pros are the star.
sense.
Can't do that.
But you have to understand. We win back-to-back championships. Chandler comes in. He has access to the whole city. He gets to the bar. The drinks are called CP25.
No,
he
they're
hasn't
not.
done anything.
You had your own drink?
He had his
Are
own
you?
drink.
What's in it?
Yeah,
You know what's
roofies.
shocking? You know what's shocking? It was vodka, blue Gatorade, and crushed ice. It was horrible.
My God.
That's called a Faderade.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mike Miller didn't have a drink, did he?
My God, he's so angry about this. I love it. Wait, the back-to-back thing I do want to add, because people could have left. They could have gone to the NBA, but it was, nope, we're sticking around doing this. What, did somebody want to leave, or was it just an automatic, hey, we're all staying?
Well, 3 of us definitely had an opportunity to go to the league after the first championship. I think that, you know, people always underestimate chemistry, playing good basketball. and we decided to come back to school. You know, for me personally, I was in a situation where I didn't have to worry too much about, you know, my family. You know, my mother was all right. Everybody was all right. But when Corey decided and said, like, okay, we're going back to school, and he had an opportunity to be a lottery pick after that first championship, it just showed, like, our bond was real, and we came back and we won it again. It was, I don't think that'll happen again. And I'm really proud of that, you know, like we put the money to the side, and because we knew we had something special.
Because you would have damn near been the #1 pick, right?
That's crazy.
Top 3. But
Does
by the way,
anybody have regrets?
He had
Anybody?
he had it pretty good at Florida, though. The dude was a rock star in Gainesville, so it was fine. You were fine.
I know, but like lots of people have regrets. Like, I should have done this. This is like the most blessed situation. Like, you guys are all, you did it. You did what you set out to do. You won, and then everyone went off to have good careers. Like,
Absolutely.
It's kind of impressive.
By the way, you didn't want to do it again and come back for your senior year? Do a 3-piece?
Come on.
That junior year was thank God we won the championship, because it was a tough year. A lot of expectations. Nothing was good enough. And we were happy. I mean, if you look at that press conference, though, when we declared for the draft, like, Torian's crying, Corey's crying. I'm like, what is this? Like, we're supposed to be happy. Like, everybody's about to get paid, and guys are crying.
Everybody was relieved.
Yeah.
I mean, people was, we had a great time. And you can't underestimate that. Like, you can't take that for granted. You know, when I was making the most money, when I was making a lot of money, it was the most sad I was in my whole
Really?
career. Yeah.
I think when people hear that, that's the part that they're like, wait, what? Because you go off and you make a ton of money, and people assume, oh, that's the best part. Most people are never happy with what they have. So staying in college and doing it again it's like mind blowing. In this day, nobody's doing that. Everybody's chasing something. The 3 names, it just says you, and Johnny Manziel and Bird Scooters. What is this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Chandler? What? How many of these stories is
Oh,
this?
man. That was, yeah, I wasn't playing. I don't think you were playing that game either, right? We were both hurt.
I
I
hope
don't know what you're talking about.
Let's just say we took birds. You know, you drive
Let's
the car
just
down
say.
the tunnel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that now.
Me, Sticks, and Johnny took bird scooters to the game.
Okay.
And may have stopped at a bar before.
you may have.
Yeah, maybe.
Jeez, you making us look bad.
No,
out
I
there,
like
man.
it.
Like, I mean,
That's
come
what
on.
college is for.
No, this was in the NBA.
Oh, that's not what it's for. That's not what it's for.
You can't get in trouble now.
We weren't playing.
We were still kids.
That's what
We
I'm
were
saying.
inactive.
Yeah.
We were inactive. We weren't playing that night. That's crazy.
Are you sure?
No.
No, I will say this about our time in Memphis.
dear.
I had just had a really rough time in New York. Got paid a lot of money. I got kicked off the Knicks.
That's a tough spot.
And, you know, I'm out the league. And 2 years before, I'm Defensive Player of the Year. So the turnaround was rough.
Yeah.
And I'm out the league. It's been about 6 months. I get a call from Chandy, and he's like, come on, man, come to Memphis. Like a GM. He's playing, but
Who are
like
you?
a GM. And he's like, come, we're going to figure it out. Just come to Memphis. I was training hard, and I was able to go, and it was...
Lou's got questions.
Lou, you got questions about this?
I want you to finish, but you were advocating for people to come to Memphis?
I just needed a friend. I was a friend in need. I needed a bodyguard.
How far that relationship's gone?
Oh, it was, listen, and he came, by the way, and they loved him. It was funny, as I recruited them there, Memphis couldn't hate me more. And
I know.
Standing ovations for him in his 6 minutes that he'd get there, and they loved him.
Shout out JB Bickerstaff.
Bickerstaff wanted him bad, and we got it
love
done.
that.
Yeah, he's the man.
JB was the man, and that was actually the Clippers. That was the first game back. It's a December game. I haven't played in a basketball game in almost a year.
Wow.
And we play the Clippers on the first game back. It's the fourth quarter. JB got me in the game. Like, we ended up winning that game.
Yeah.
And that year really was just like, it was just a great way to, it was like the last times that I was able to get on the court and just like enjoy playing basketball again. So Chandy, I appreciate that moment in Memphis for real. That was like really good times. And then actually I ended up playing with Lou in the bubble.
And, and we got stories as well.
Oh, Lou,
We
hates
got
the
stories
bubble.
as
Good.
well.
Here we go. The bubble.
What's worse,
Yeah, man.
the bubble or Memphis?
Yeah, that's a good question.
The bubble, 1,000%.
Bubbles rough.
1,000%.
Do you have as bad a memory of the bubble as Lou does? Like PTSD type stuff?
I mean, for Lou, what Lou went through was that will never happen again. I mean, they locked him up in a room for 10 days for God's sake. Like, Jesus, like this is
That
not
doesn't even sound right.
Inhumane.
it's inhumane.
Wings that they knew I was going to get.
Over chicken wings?
Over lemon pepper
Over
wings.
lemon pepper wings that they knew
Wait,
I
I never
was
heard
going.
this story.
What do you mean they knew? Shut up.
There's all right. Let's clear this
Let's
up.
just do
Let's
it.
go. Let's
go.
do
People
this.
think I left the bubble to go to Magic City. No, I was excused from the bubble to go to a funeral.
Oh, this when Jack Harlow posted you or whatever?
Yes, I was excused to go to a funeral. I left the funeral and Magic City was
And you were hungry.
no, but
Obviously.
to understand Atlanta, we eat at our strip clubs. Our strip clubs are our restaurants.
Are you speaking for all of Atlanta when you say
I
that?
am.
Okay.
Ask
Just
around. I
making
really
sure.
am. Ask around. And they knew everything. I'll speed it up. They knew everything. But the fact of the matter was when I got back, they quarantined me for 10 days.
Good God.
This should tell you what really happened because I never got suspended. I was never fined, anything. I was 10-day quarantined and they told me, we're going to make an example out of you because we don't want anybody else thinking that they can go and do that.
Jesus.
10 days.
Yes, and they literally would leave my food at the door like I was like some
prisoner.
some sick prisoner maniac.
Then remember somebody postmated something and got suspended or something.
Richard Holmes, I believe.
Yeah,
Richard
Quarantine.
Holmes,
But then he like
Sacramento
ordered
Kings.
Postmates and literally got
And he
suspended.
literally stuck his hand over
There was
the line
contact.
and he had a 4-day quarantine.
That's ridiculous.
That is
No, but I mean, Lou was positive guy, always. When he got out of that quarantine, it was real. Like he was not happy for a while. It took him a while. Like that was really tough, man.
Jeez.
No, it was,
I want him to do a documentary about it so bad.
Yeah,
I really do. It would
We
be
should.
amazing.
we really should. Everybody should. Everybody that experienced it, different perspectives, because everybody had a different experience. That's fair to say. And some people were treated better than others, and it was different.
I can't. Would you have been okay in the bubble, you think?
I mean, I'm from Orlando. No, I would have hated it. I would have been
Just
miserable.
being stuck anywhere.
But like it was close to home, I guess. But like you can't do shit, right? You can't see anybody. You can't.
Mind you,
you play
when we
golf
were
all day?
in the bubble, the rest of the world opened back up. We were
You
still
guys
in the
were on
bubble.
lockdown and
So,
everyone else
look,
is chilling.
we're at Disney World. No,
Weird.
listen, we're at Disney World, and all you can hear is the roller coaster. It's like, woo!
Everyone else is having fun. You're like in a straight jacket.
Like you can
didn't
literally
realize that.
you can literally look and see people having fun, and you're stuck in a hotel.
Yes.
Imagine you open your room, your hotel room, and welcome to this world. Welcome. Can you imagine
Hell.
after a month of listening to that song?
Lose said, remember you
This is a documentary.
Kawhi said that they almost didn't care to lose at that point. He just wanted to get the hell out of there. Which
It was just an experience that you can't imagine as an NBA player. Like these guys were really my neighbors for 3 months. Like we lived in a hotel, and Sticky had a room, and Kawhi had a room, and PG, and we were door to door neighbors.
Is there a part of you because
No box.
It's weird.
is there a strong Wi-Fi at least?
Barely.
Because you know how there are weird chapters in your life, and if, with enough time, you're just sort of like, you know what? It was weird. I hated it at the time, but it's a chapter. Have you gotten to the point yet where you're like, it's definitely a chapter I'll tell people about, or do you still just cringe?
It hurts to talk about sometimes. It really does. Like I don't want to liken it to like real PTSD and what soldiers and people in that world go through, but for us, relatively how we live, how we're used to living, it was a different experience for sure.
Fair enough. I think it's Lou's turn.
Yeah, we could talk about some basketball. Hey, look, man, you play with
you
D
want, I
Rose.
don't
The
care.
conversation came up about Chicago possibly giving him a statue. What do you think? You think he's deserving? I personally said statues are personal for the cities. And for what D Rose did for the city of Chicago, being from Chicago, you absolutely give him a statue.
100%.
100%. As great as Pooh was as a player, to me, I think he's even better human. The most humble superstar out there, and just the way he represented Chicago every time he stepped out there was unreal. When we were playing out there in Chicago, it was really like just representing him out there, and no, nothing but love for that guy. You know, we have our leagues in the hood. He came out last week. It was just really special just to see his relationship with his people. It's unreal. I really hope.
Tell him I'm looking for him, man. I want to get him on my pod out in LA. I done went through like 3 or 4 different people. I can't find him, so I'm sure I'll say this publicly. I'm sure you can find him.
That was smart.
Tell Pooh I'm looking for him, man. Hall of Famer in your book.
Hall of Fame for sure. You know, it's just it's tough because look, his story it's a painful story. There's a lot of adversity in it. You know, it's a big what if story. Like if he hadn't got hurt, you know, you look at his highlights before the injury, and we've never seen anything like that. Just the way he hooped, how explosive he was, like his hunger. His game like really represented where he was from in a different way. So I just wish him nothing but the best. You know, we're gonna go to his ceremony next week. All his old teammates gonna be there, and we're all there to celebrate him.
I think he'd be the only MVP to not be in the Hall of Fame.
If he
doesn't get it.
Is that true? The only one?
Inshallah.
Stig, why the hell was he still in the game when y'all were beating us in 2002? Why was he still in the game?
Somebody's mad.
There's these are really painful memories back. You know, it's 7:30 in the morning. We're in Vegas. Like let's keep it light.
This is the only time I'm gonna be able to ask you. We got the microphones. Why was he still in the game?
Yeah, sometimes.
Were y'all trying to prove a point?
Not at all. We were trying to win a championship.
In my mind, 25 with 2.5 minutes left.
I just remember.
You want to go there?
We hear that.
You want to talk about it?
No, I'm not sure. I ain't gonna drag it. I want to know why was he in the game. Like I want to know because that speaks to Tibbs when they start talking about load management, him overplaying guys and this and that. I feel like that conversation started there.
Yeah.
You know, with him being in that game and unfortunately, you know, tearing his ACL, it's like, what was the mindset? Because we felt like y'all were trying to prove a point, like we're gonna bury these dudes and they are not on our same page.
I mean, they definitely weren't. But overall, I think that, look, should he have been in the game? No. Was it 15 years ago? Yes. Like, you know, at the end of the day, I think that I don't want to live my life with regrets. In our mind, it was, we were on a run. Like we lost in the Eastern Conference Finals the year before. You know, we added some pieces. We got ripped. We were hungry as hell. Like we were finally hitting the playoffs. Game 1 of the playoffs. You know, it was bigger than that one game. It's a big what if. He shouldn't have been in the game, but at the end of the day, like I'm not living my life with no regrets.
For sure.
You know, I'm at peace. You guys know that, you know, I was a very competitive guy, and, you know, I'm not trying to live my life like that no more. I'm not, like, right now it's all about, you know, coming together, doing some cool things. We have platforms where we're able to talk about our experiences. You know, 5 years ago, it was all journalists who had no idea about basketball.
And now we control the narrative.
And now we're talking about our stories.
Ex-athletes that actually know what goes into it and lived it now have a voice and opinion.
There you go.
Yeah.
We even got Chandy right here in the middle. It's like, it's a beautiful thing.
He's actually super dope at this. Like,
Thanks,
whoa,
Lou.
what's happening right now?
No, I study Chandler because he's well spoken. I study Chandler. I give him his credit. I give you some flowers, my boy.
No, it's cool to see.
Louis.
It's cool to see because I have stories with both of these guys. We were teammates and on different teams, different moments in our careers. Like for Chandler, like even I watch you guys and like the take that I really liked on FanDuel is the LONZO ball take. Because he got back onto the court, and you know I'm scrolling through the internet, and I'm watching Chandy talk about that situation, and I was like, you know what, this makes a lot of sense because of everything that he went through. Okay, he gets his bag, people kind of turn their backs on him, but I know this guy since he's 15 years old.
Right.
Nobody would have ever thought that he would have had a 10-year NBA career.
Yeah.
You know, like. I've heard Billy Donovan say like he'll never make it to the NBA to him. So for him to like be in a position like this where, all right, people, okay, you signed the big bag. People always are talking shit.
For sure.
But it's actually a take that resonates because he went through that situation. It's different when a journalist is talking about it and doesn't understand what it means to come back from. Like Have you seen Chandler go up the stairs?
Oh, I've walked behind him sometimes. It's like a
I knew there
90-year-old
couldn't be any
man.
more compliments coming.
It's real.
No, it's
But it's real.
It's you're efforting.
I needed double knee replacement when I was 31 years old and was still trying to play in the NBA. Like people just see me going out and doing cool things and they get like mad at you. I'm like, bro, I just worked out for 6 hours before this. Like I have a
You live my dream life, so who cares what everybody else says?
not
You're
too
living
bad.
like
It's
the
not
best
too bad.
life of anyone I know. Yeah, screw the haters. We got to take a quick break. You're not going anywhere. We've got more with Joakim in a second.
That was more than 10 minutes, guys.
That was way.
I'm out of here.
Run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, run it back.
Sticks.
Oh my
You once said something hilarious that I actually find myself looking up every now and then. You said, I never heard anybody say, I
it's
want
my
to go to Cleveland on vacation. We had Walt Frazier on our show. He compared it to Siberia.
Cleveland, you like it? Your vacation here? That was one of my
My,
favorites.
to this day.
I've had my own little tiffs with certain cities in the NBA. How tough was it playing in Cleveland?
I mean, it was tough because LeBron was kicking our ass.
Yeah, that-
You can tell there was a lot of pain when I was talking about the city of Cleveland, but it had nothing to do with the city of Cleveland. It was a big playoff series. When I said it was after game 1. So you have to face the whole city in game 2.
Yeah.
So you got to bring it when you're talking about somebody's city like that, and you're talking about vacation in Cleveland. It's funny now.
It is
but
very.
It wasn't that at the time. I was actually really pissed because we had lost the game, and there was a big game 2 after the next day, and you got to guard Shaq. Oh my god!
Is that because you and Bron had a thing? Was that the origin of it? Just competing?
It was competing, man. I think that a lot of people, I mean, obviously, people say we have beef, and beef is a strong word. I don't like using that word.
Yeah, because beef is real.
Beef is real.
Yeah.
I don't wish I don't have no bad intentions toward him. I'm not thinking about him before I go to bed.
Weird.
I wish him nothing but the best. Like, I don't think people want to hear that but it's the truth. It was just in the moment. I didn't want to be in Cleveland. I hated everything about Cleveland. That's the way I should have felt. We were in a playoff series.
It's one of the greatest iconic quotes of all
It's so
time.
good.
And I still use it, so thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna ask you something fun, man. Joe Mazzulla said earlier this year he wanted to bring fighting back to the NBA, and I said, well, you better invest in a bruiser. You better get you an enforcer.
James Johnson would get max.
Yeah,
Max.
What's your thoughts on bringing fighting back to the NBA in this day and age? How the game is.
Look, listen, we're on FanDuel. You guys, we're on FanDuel. You guys are getting
Man, we
paid.
gotta ask the questions.
bet on
You
the
guys,
fights.
you guys are on
You not wanna-
FanDuel.
you
We're getting,
wanna-
we're all getting bags. We're done playing basketball. Like, you guys want to talk about fighting? Like, if there's fighting in the NBA, we're not.
Are you on your peace journey right now?
he
Is it all
is.
peace?
Chilling, man. Life is good. Like, okay, we could talk about all these things, but come on, guys. Life is good.
How funny and he also mentioned coaches getting involved. How funny would that be? Like the coaches got
Dorn, stop it.
He calls me Dorn. You know who Dorn is?
Ask America if they know who Dorn is.
Do you know who Dorn is, Lou?
No,
You ever seen the movie Major Leagues?
Mr.
not in a very long
Blue.
time.
Oh, one of the best
Basically,
sports
it's like
movies
the
ever.
high maintenance, like prima donna
Pretty
dude
boy.
who gets like hit by a pitch. He goes, "Ow!" That's what he calls me, Dorn.
I was Joe Boo.
That's
I do this shit myself.
just quote Major League for the last 15 years. I'm here for it. But okay, fine. Here's a peaceful, happy feeling. Victor Wembanyama, you've been complimentary of him. What do you see in this young man?
He's definitely the next face of the league. I think the world can see that. I'm really, somebody who's high IQ, really smart, and somebody also who's played in some big games. That France-USA game, you're playing in France in front of your people, in front of your family, your friends, and just to play that game, France-USA, on the national stage, I think that's going to be a big part of his DNA. And it's like having CP with him this year, you could just tell that you see the progress. He's so young. Like, give him 2-3 years, this guy's going to be running the league.
Another one of our international stars, Nikola Jokic, looking at his 4th MVP possibly this year with them numbers. What you think about his game?
Man, I love him. He's definitely my favorite player to watch. You know, it was tough because my last moment in the NBA was against the Denver Nuggets. They beat us when we were on the Clippers. I felt like that was my last chance to maybe get a championship. It didn't work out, but Nikola's just unbelievable talent. He killed us. But somebody who I think the narrative around him is just completely wrong. I think he's somebody who just really doesn't care about being famous.
Right.
And people say he doesn't care. I mean, you don't play at that level not caring. But I just think he's not somebody who's going to like do a workout and just like have video cameras with him and
TikToks.
Look, guys, I'm bench pressing. You know,
Can you imagine if he did?
The greatest thing I heard about him is DeAndre Jordan came on our show the other day and he said, Jokic took his shirt off and was like, Sam, he goes, I am Tyson Fury. I said, you know what? It's because of how he looks and how he moves. People aren't maybe like physically intimidated by him. He's not Shaq, right? He's not like one of these, but it's because his numbers don't lie. His production doesn't lie. And so the fact that he says that, though, he's aware of it, like looking at his body in the mirror is incredible.
And he's sensitive and people are being mean. By the way, that's the thing too, is like maybe he's not quote unquote physically intimidating. But if you ask someone, okay, fine. Well, how do you shut him down? I've really not seen anyone do that yet.
Can't.
So is there even a way? I mean, is he one of those guys you're just like, well, let him go and stop everything else?
Let him go. No, I don't think that's when you go into a game plan against him. You're not like
He's
let him
gonna kill
go.
us.
But no, you got to give credit when credit is due. I think he's one of the greats and just really fun to watch. I love watching him play. As great as he is as a scorer, just the playmaking is it's unreal. You know, I think when I love watching bigs like.
Yeah, you can't double him. He's a better passer than a scorer. So like you can't. Hands are full.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Your hands are full.
Yeah.
By the way, like I do think that he gets crushed because he's not chiseled or, it looks like he's stepping out of some stupid muscle magazine. I personally, I like his attitude.
It's more impressive.
He's like dry and sarcastic and I just love that.
That's just a credit to his greatness. Like none of our greats get out without criticism. None of them. So the fact that he's looking at his fourth MVP, like at some point he's gonna get criticized. People get bored with just you being great. People get bored with it, so they start talking shit.
Fourth MVP
sounds crazy.
But he didn't care, and that's why I think
he's
I like
just
him the
gonna
best.
take it, go right back to his horses, and get on up out of here. Carry on.
This cup thing, the money, the Vegas, all of it. What do you think about it? Would you have liked it?
Absolutely. I think this is great for the league. Usually November, December, this is the time where guys are starting to get their feet wet. The games really don't matter as much, but I think that this Emirates Cup is bringing competition like early on in the season. I think it's great. I think you see superstar players really caring about guys and that at the end of the bench being able to get that 500,000. And you can just tell the games are competitive as hell, and you usually don't see that in December.
Does that 500K ever get to your account? If you would have won the NBA Cup,
you wouldn't have left Vegas.
Take it in chips.
Take it in chips.
Who you like tonight? Bucks, Thunder. Who you like?
Bucks, Thunder. I think Giannis is just coming in. I think he's on a mission right now. I love OKC though. All my predictions I'm always wrong. Okay, but I'm gonna go with.
Here on FanDuel, we usually are too.
Yeah, we haven't gotten much late.
All right, and the beauty of this thing is like, look, you make predictions. This isn't a series, so it's a one game. It's
March
one
Madness.
Game, so anything can happen in one game. But I'm going with the Bucks tonight.
Oh, there you have it.
Is that that's because you guys both had?
Yeah, I like Thunder. I got Thunder.
I got Thunder as well.
All right, fair enough. I guess we're taking a quick break. I swear to God, we're not usually like this.
Joakim Noah.
What?
Joakim Noah joins the show, ladies and gentlemen. No, we'll come back. We'll wrap things up for day 2.
Appreciate it.
7:30 in the morning, ladies.
Now go take a nap.
Go take a nap.
This is rough. Go take a nap. We'll be back.